Hello, everybody, and welcome to this best of three between Ekeepo and Vultur Gaming. This is the second round of qualifiers for Kings of Dota League Season 3. The winner of this best of three qualifies for the event. So thanks so much for joining us. My name is Sindar. I'll be joined by Mr. V. How's it going, V?
It's going pretty good. I think after this round, we also get to see the winner of this series go up against the winner of Soggy Mints versus Resnaz Verba as well. So much more good Dota to be had just after this series as well, right?
I believe that's the case, but we're already well into the draft, so let's take a look at what's going on. Ekeepo first picking the Nature's Prophet, and Vultur will pick up the Vengeful Spirit. Now, okay, we're moving really quickly through this as Ekeepo grabbed the Beastmaster as well. And any surprises here for you, V, or is this just common 6.86 Dota at this point?
I know for Ekeepo that they've really put a lot of emphasis on getting the Beastmaster and the Nature's Prophet in their past draft. They drafted it against Las Cientas in their past series in Game 1, and they won that match in like under 14 minutes. So they really value these two heroes for sure. So nothing too surprising here. The Venge pick is alright at dealing with the Prophet. You can use the Wave of Terror to get vision if he sprouts himself and tries to get away. So alright counter synergy. But Beastmaster just so strong in the global presence of Prophet. It's almost too good to pass up in the first phase.
Absolutely, and I mean, it does have that potential of going all in on an early push with the Inner Beast and the Treants. You get the Boar Summons as well, but they can also go for a more split push kind of game. They can go fight with the Beastmaster roaring, Nature's Prophet with that TP in, always able to keep his lane strong. So I'm assuming that this is going to be an offlane Beastmaster. Where do you expect Ekeepo to run the Nature's Prophet?
They can do either or. It's kind of nice because it's flexible either way. We've seen FY just run it recently at Star Ladder,
hold on for a second.
Star Ladder where
I got a bit of a double audio coming up from you. Do you have co-broadcasters
mute cope? Yeah.
I thought I had that done, but I may not. Sorry, guys. Yep, mine's muted. So I'm not sure why I'm hearing you twice.
I'm just going to close out my in-game then, because it's probably coming through. Sometimes the mute code broadcasters doesn't actually work. So
okay.
Just the way it goes. And a good response by the side of Vultur, though, to pick up the Bat Rider. The Flying Vision is really important in dealing with the Hawk, and just getting those initiations when you're up against a Beastmaster is super important. Because if you can't initiate into the Beastmaster lineup, they're going to initiate into you, and you're going to be a hero down going into that next team fight. It's also really good to pair with the Venge. PPD, in one of his draft analysis back in the day, talked about the strength of having Bat Rider and Venge in the same draft, just because Venge counters the Bat Rider super hard. So pretty good pickup from the Vultur there.
Yeah, well, and the other thing is too that with the Beastmaster able to give vision with the Hawk, the Bat Rider will have a bit of a harder time finding those initiations. So if they're on point with the Hawk movement, then Vultur Gaming may have a hard time finding a jump here.
Yeah, for sure. I think this is a smart Lycan ban coming out from the side of Vultur. They don't want to get pushed down right away, and Beastmaster with that Inner Beast aura and the Treants can just shred down your towers. In combination with Howl, I think this is a really smart decision to try to say, hey, let's not open ourselves up to be cheesed or to be forced down right away. But interesting response by Ekeepo to go for the Oracle. I think this hero counters Bat super hard.
Yeah.
Both with the False Promise and with the Fortune's End, you can remove those sticky napalm stacks, just like essentially removing Bat from the game.
Yeah. And we've seen that hero have a huge impact against Bat. If Oracle's in proper position, then especially with the Beastmaster Hawk Vision, you got to say good luck to whoever's playing off lane for Vultur of ever getting off a lasso.
Yeah, for sure. And laning against Oracle is also really difficult. I don't think Bat can solo lane against Oracle. He may be forced to go into the jungle. They may try to find someone that maybe like an Earth Spirit that can roam up with the Bat Rider into the offlane to get Bat like his level 3, and then have the Bat go into the jungle from there, and Earth Spirit just kind of keeps the creeps off tower if they decide to push.
Yeah. Now, I'm really interested to see what Vultur want to pull out here next. The Bat Rider, the Vengeful Spirit, it doesn't really give you a whole lot of clues as to what kind of. Okay, there's an interesting pickup, the Tusk. So with that in the pool, I'm looking to see a lot of early game roaming and initiation coming out from Vultur.
Yeah, it's a lot like the Earth Spirit pick that I was just talking. It's a flexible pick that enables them to kind of keep their mid lane and their off lane safe. They can roam the Tusk either or and help secure those runes, which is really important when the other team is clearly going to be running at least one jungle hero, whether it's the Prophet or the Beastmaster.
Yeah. Okay. So with the Doom pickup, so okay, I'm really curious about these lanes now. And the nice thing about this draft from Ekeepo is I'm sure Vulture may be scratching their heads a little bit, trying to wonder where these heroes are going to lane. Now, Doom, not a hero we've seen run in a core position, it seems like in a very long time. He's usually that greedy 4-position jungler. But if that's the case, does that mean either Beastmaster or Nature's Prophet is going to be Ekeepo's mid, or potentially even the safe lane?
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
5
I mean,
seconds
of
remaining.
the options, if Doom is the 4 in the jungle, which of these two heroes would you rather see in the off lane? And as for the other one, where would you think that they should go? My,
So I think this might be Prophet safe lane. We saw Navi run it in the grand finals, and actually they won that game, right?
yeah,
First VG Reborn, they ran safe lane Prophet. It could be that, and then they run Beastmaster offlane, Doom and Jungle, and then they pick up a mid hero. This Viper is going to be super punishing of this greed, in my opinion.
agreed.
Just because he's going to create so much pressure on the mid lane that you're going to have to rotate probably the Oracle to help the mid lane a little bit. And if there's Tusk in the mid lane as well, how do you keep the Ekeepo's mid hero alive when you have Viper just like sitting on your high ground going, just try to last hit, right?
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
at the start of this patch, I would spam Viper against like the Invoker pickers and everything just because it was super easy to dominate your lane and just snowball. But we'll see how Ekeepo responds.
Yeah, no, I think they could go kind of either two ways here. They could either go for some even further greed and pick up a more late game hero. Viper, obviously, one of those mids that does fall off around the 30-35 minute mark. His right click stop being quite such a big deal. Or Ekeepo could look for something that flourishes in lane and try and give them a way of fighting against the potential early aggression coming out from Tusk.
I think Lina might be okay. Just kind of the safe farm. You throw out the Dragon Slave every now and then. If there's a snowball in, you can land your light check away. But they'll opt for the Queen of Pain. Kind of a similar role.
Yeah. And I mean, one of the heroes that can sort of match up against Viper because she does have the blink away, but obviously Shadow Strike not going to be as useful a skill this game with the corrosive skin up on the Viper. So should be a fairly even lane matchup, assuming that the Tusk isn't active. And the problem for Ekeepo is they don't really have defensive supports other than the Oracle, who's probably going to be on Batrider duty.
Yeah, most likely. I'm just wondering how the Batrider Prophet lane will go.
Whoa, okay.
Puck? Safe lane Viper?
Safe lane Viper, I guess.
I don't know. I've seen this run a few times. You like run the quick mech or the quick like Ikea build, and then you just like push down lanes, which is also super punishing. I think it's a good response against the Beastmaster first pick, because the Beastmaster just dominates against your traditional safe lane melee carries.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and we have mass DCs coming out here. Hopefully that gets all under control.
Okay, I'm just got to adjust something here real quick. Okay, so do you think it's going to be the Puck in the mid and the Viper safe for sure, or could it potentially be the other way around?
I think that if you run Puck safe lane, it's just not as impactful. Sense. Like Viper benefits a little bit more from the farm if you work towards those big items like the mechanism and the Ikea just for the push. Because Puck is more so just needing the levels for the burst damage with the Dream Coil and the Illusory Orb. So I'd be very surprised if it was Puck safe lane. Like
Okay.
maybe they run puck off lane, bat mid, Viper safe. I don't know. This is
Well,
very interesting.
they do have some options. I mean, Puck, a hero that can be played in the off lane as well. Potentially, Batrider, a hero that has gone mid before. So, I mean, both of these lineups, I really like how both teams kind of kept it unclear what the laning setup was going to be. Vultur may be a little more obvious, but still, they can switch it up and try and maybe just outmaneuver Ekeepo and get them up against a lane they're not expecting. And I mean, if it is the Nature's Prophet off lane, then against a Viper, he's going to have a pretty miserable time, correct?
Yeah, for sure. Just looking at Vulture's past history, DDX is traditionally the mid on the puck. Godon played the safe lane Alchemist, and then Chungod played the off lane with the Batrider. So that's what I'm suspecting they're going to run for roles.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, on the side of Ekeepo, had Smiley Face guy as their safe lane. Lothar was traditionally the off lane. They've got their names all changed up, so I'm not entirely sure who's who here.
Yeah, I think the person who's not in right now is Zap, who would be the safe laner. But for the rest of them, I'm not sure. So, I mean, you look at this lineup with the sort of core Queen of Pain, the core Prophet. On the other side, you've got a core Puck, a core Viper. It seems like neither one of these teams wants to go late. But if this does end up dragging out, who do you favor?
I think I favor the side of Team Kipo a little bit, just because Doom late game and Prophet late game offer a lot on the table. Just Doom takes out a hero from a fight. Quap has great bursts and scales quite well, and Prophet just applies the outside pressure. And of course, Beastmaster he also takes out a hero. So if you go into a team fight and one of your heroes gets roared and one of your heroes gets doomed, what are you going to do at that point, right? Like maybe it's okay if Viper gets doomed because he's just a right-clicking machine anyways.
Yeah.
But if your Puck gets doomed and your Batrider gets roared, how do you deal with that? So I know almost all games, and it's very cliche to say, comes down to the initiation, how teams take these fights. But this game, with these lineups, it's hard to say anything but that with the initiation dependent lineups. You have a Puck, you have a Tusk, you have a Batrider, you have a Venge on one side, 4 heroes known for traditional initiation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Vulture needs to get the initiations that they want for this game to go in their favor, in my opinion.
Yeah, and then on the other side, I mean, Kipo, these are traditional heroes. Batrider inherently very mobile already with the built-in blink. Prophet the same with the global teleport. And then Doom and Beastmaster are both heroes that generally, more often than not, will buy a blink dagger at some point in the game. So you've got a team who wants to initiate against a team who has hawk vision and will have a lot of mobility. So if Vulture take the wrong jump and get caught out, it could be very dangerous for them, but the same is true vice versa.
Yeah. The other thing they have to worry about is that saving potential of the Oracle, right? If you jump on someone like the Queen of Pain and you do enough damage to kill her with the Bat Lasso, it doesn't matter because Oracle will get off his false promise, and that will give Quap enough time to get out the damage she needs with her ult and Scream, right?
Mm-hmm.
If she's going to die anyway, she might as well just use all of her abilities. So they have to be very strategic in taking down targets and dealing with the Oracle. I think the Puck silence on the Oracle will be big deciding factor in these team fights.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully the Beastmaster can get himself back in soon. For now, I'm just enjoying the distinct lack of cosmetics on both of these teams.
It may be not allowed for these tournaments. Sometimes they have cosmetic turned off.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think Doom has one cosmetic.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He does.
But apart from that, I think there's just a few ones. Oh, you gotta go.
We're finally good to go. Okay, guys, thanks for your patience. So we're into it. Game 1 of this best of 3 between Vulture and Ekeepo. I'm Sindar. That's Mr. V. Hope you enjoy the cast. And we'll get ourselves underway and quickly introduce the team. So on the side of Vulture, we've got Negro supporting on that Tusk. It'll be DDX taking the Puck. Visco supporting on the Vengeful Spirit. Algadon heading so far towards the middle lane on that Viper, and that leaves Chungod on the Bat Rider. On the Dire side, we've got Zap taking the Beastmaster towards the off lane. It looks like Gix will be on the mid lane. Queen of Pain, Kezia taking the Doom, and that leaves Basuratashka on this Prophet, heading towards the safe lane for now, supported by Darkmen 2 on the Oracle. And both sides heading for the top rune. So it does look like it's going to be the Nature's Prophet safe lane, as you suggested, with the Beastmaster off, and then the Quap safe. And I
got a smoke here.
Oh, yeah. Looks like the Gix might be there to catch it out, though. It will break, and he will level up Blink, will be able to get away. Basuratashka will be able to sneak away as well. So a little unfortunate for Vultur that Quap was waiting on the high ground there, but they do scout out the smoke, and that's 50 gold down the drain early, but they do really control the the rune area, and will secure that
Bounty
top rune
rune.
for themselves. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. It's also kind of a posturing to shut down the Doom jungle, though, which is also kind of important. So we're probably going to see Kezia rotating into the opposing jungle to maybe get that first big creep and to apply some pressure into the safe lane.
Yeah, and they
But
do.
it does look like the safe lane Viper.
Yeah, and they do have this one camp already blocked off. So won't limit the Doom too much, as he can't really clear through those camps quickly early, and it is only a sentry ward, but still making things a little harder for him in the jungle at level 1.
Yeah, for sure.
So
I wonder how active he'll be, because we've seen like Puppy run this kind of like roaming Doom style before. But I'm wondering if Kezia is going to be running that same style, or if he'll just kind of farm up and go for a quick Midas.
Yeah, it's certainly an option, and I mean, I guess it'll all come down to how much pressure Vultur are looking to put on these lanes. They may be looking to force the Doom out of the jungle and force him to be active, even if he doesn't want to be.
Yeah, for sure.
And now,
Meanwhile,
so go ahead.
I was just going to say this safe lane for the side of Ekeepo will really kind of decide a lot of things for them, because Tusk is now up here, so they've got a duel versus duel lane, and whoever comes up on top on this lane, I think, will kind of really control the pace of the game, because if Prophet's able to get some farm and able to get some early levels, he's going to be able to get active on the map and use his teleport.
Yeah, and do you think this is Negro just being forced to protect his Batrider because Darkman is in the lane and Chungod's going to have a hard time, or is he going to be moving around a lot more, as I say that, already rotating through into the Jar jungle? Maybe just trying to scout out where the Doom is.
I think he was there to just secure the Batrider level 2, because once you get that Firefly up, you're a lot more safe as the Batrider.
And look at this. This is a little risky from Kezia. He's deep inside the Radiant jungle. He's going to get scouted out by Visco now, as the Tusk reported. Guys, he's not up here. And so they warded out those camps for nothing. Kezia will anticipate the move and will farm in what may be the slightly safer position in his enemy's jungle. And top lane, snowball onto Darkman 2. He's getting very, very low. Chungod on top of him with the Firefly, and that'll be your first blood. Chungod may pay the price, though, as he's getting quite low. Will go over the trees, though, and they do claim the Nature's Prophet as well. So, well, you were asking how this lane was going to go. It looks like it's going to be a dominant start for Vultur, getting a double kill on the Ekeepo safe lane.
That's a really big kind of tempo controller now, because now the Nature's Prophet is behind on farm, he's behind on levels, and the Batrider will be able to solo contest him in lane. And Tusk is now free to roam into the mid lane to help out the puck and deal with this Queen of Pain.
Yeah, and he's already doing that. Coming down onto Gix. The orb is there from Diddyx. Gets the silence as well. This could be another kill. Fairy Fire popped. Will just barely get the blink away, but the orb's ticking him down. Will survive. He salves up, but very, very close to death there. And nice rotation from the Tusk.
Yeah, I was going to say that the Tusk misplayed that a little bit. He didn't use Snowball, and if he did, they stun up the Quap while she's silenced, and then they get the kill there. Because it was like one hit away from kill.
Did he have it off cooldown? I guess he would have. It's a very short spell.
Yeah, he did. I think they just didn't anticipate the Fairy Fire.
Yeah. And it looks like Doom has kind of taken over the offlane position for Ekeepo here. Zap's back in the jungle, mostly just sticking to this camp. He's got the Iron Talon up. And is this an adjustment, or do you think this is what they kind of had in mind all along with him jungling in the Radiant?
I think as soon as Vultur invaded their jungle, they they made this adjustment in their minds where they said, okay, we have to get the Doom levels somehow, and if he's not able to get a quick farming start, then we need to rotate the Beastmaster into kind of a jungle role, which is perfectly okay if you're a Beastmaster. You get that quick Iron Talon, stack a few camps here, you maybe stack the Ancients there, get the runes, and then Doom's just kind of safe to get
mid lane, another go on to Gix, as the silence will be there. He will get the blink away, but the orb forward is there. They will bring him down. Sorry about that, guys. Lost control of my camera for a second, but it will be another kill in the mid lane. DDX gets a little low, but Tusk was there with the snowball, and so they find another pick.
This is kind of snowballing in Vulture's favor right now. Prophet does have his face up, so he needs... oh, yeah, that was a really bad pun. Realized it till later. But the question is, when will this Prophet get active? And when he does get active, will he be successful?
Yeah. Looks like Dartman did scout Negro up here, so not going to get the surprise roll into Snowball into Baratashka, who is very, very vulnerable to that initiation. Can sprout up, but Chungod has the Firefly, so this Prophet can't rely on that to protect himself.
Yeah, this Prophet has to play like so scared, and it's so frustrating trying to last hit when you've got Ski Napalm on you.
Mm-hmm. Already with 4 stacks, has to retreat. Batrider, okay, this is interesting. Chungod has gone for Arcane Boots.
Mid lane.
Oh. Non-stop action coming out from DDX here.
He just loves fighting. It's funny because he'll like save his phase shift too.
Waiting for oh, he salves up. They're gonna go in yet again. The coil is there. Already level 6 on him, and that's another pick for DDX. Negro will actually claim the last hit on that, and this Tusk is 1-0-1-3. He's had a fantastic start.
He is 100% kill participation, right?
Yep.
And will he get to the Beastmaster now?
Well, he's trying for it. Has the snowball and the shards up. Will this be enough damage? It looks like it will be. He doesn't have the mana, though, for it. Unfortunate. And the Prophet's rotating through. They may try and turn this. The Spore Slow is there. He sprouts up. Zap turns to try and get the damage out, and Negro will fall. So he gets a little too over-aggressive there, and that's just the power of Safe Lane Prophet, who has that early levels in teleport and can move to defend the ganks.
Yeah, which is good for the Prophet. He gets a kill, but Batrider has gone for an Arcane Boots build, which I have not seen this patch ever.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to ask you about. It's certainly not a standard item on him, and is this going to affect his ability to stay in lane, do you think?
I think it will, but I'm not sure which way. I'm not sure if it will help him or not, because he has all this mana now that he can just spam out Napalm, which is pretty good considering Oracle can just like
smoke up from Negro and Visco on the bot lane. They're looking for another go, but Nature's Prophet sitting very, very far back under his own tower. Knows his supports are missing and won't be caught out.
I wonder if this Viper could have gone more out of this lane and like shut down the Doom more. He does have 20 denies, so...
Yeah, and he hasn't gone a very defensive build. He's only got 1 point in Corrosive Skin. And I think the more standard Viper build is the 3 points up, but maybe wanting to get that early pressure out.
He's safe lane, though, so he's not really that contested. And Viper strikes the Doom now, going for the kill. Might be able to get it.
Scorched Earth does a lot, but it's not enough as Algadon will claim that kill onto the Doom solo. Gets quite low, but does end up surviving, sending himself out of salve now, and on mid lane. Okay, I thought there was going to be an initiation, but already things getting a little out of control for the Dire side. There's 5-1 on the board, and if you look at the last hits, Dire are really starting to fall behind. Only the Prophet, as they do finish off the Viper. Looks like that was the Nature's Prophet ultimate. Yeah, so nice pick from him.
Yeah, I was going to say that earlier, but I'm like, there's no way Viper's going to stay in lane. As Puck initiates onto the Queen of Pain mid, they have to phase shift out the Oracle's Fortune's End, and it's fine.
And now has a Blink Dagger already at the 8-minute mark. He's had a great laning stage, and this is going to be a problem for the Dire. As now Jump Forward gets the coil onto Ekeepo, who will be stunned up by it. Or forward silence, is it there? He won't even need it. Brings him down with one last right click. And this Quap is going to have just a miserable game from this point out. She has found level 8, but only Brown Boots Bottle at this point. And playing Queen of Pain from behind is just a miserable experience.
Yeah, and her ganking options aren't that good. Like with a roaming Tusk,
Snowball
who
onto
may
top
jump
lane. They're going to
onto.
go on the Nature's Prophet yet again. 3 stacks of napalm up. They've got the knockback with... Well, he'll fall. They're now kind of trapped under the tower. A little unfortunate, but Visco should be able to get out. They swap the tower aggro, and 7-2, 8 minutes in. Things looking really scary for the Dire at this point.
Yeah, Zap is trying to get something done here. They have the Prophet TP as soon as he respawns. So Zap may go for a roar onto the Viper and go for a kill there. But Viper Scouts man will retreat under tower.
Yeah. Gonna miss that opportunity. Now, one thing that has to be said is that Vultur don't really have great heroes at pressuring towers. Viper, kind of okay, but not really the best, and the rest of these heroes, this is not their strength. So, despite Vultur's ability to clean up heroes early, very, very quickly, they don't pressure towers quite as fast. And that may give Ekeepo a little bit of space to maintain some map control and be able to come back into this. But it's still a hard ask as jump forward, nice! They will be able to clean up the Bat Rider, but Negro does dodge the Sonic Wave with his Snowball, isn't able to save his compatriot, unfortunately. Goes for the TP out. Is it going to be there? Oh, they do spot him, but a little too late. They do bring down the Venge as well, though, so a quick 2-for-0 pick. Nicely played by Ekeepo, trying to get themselves back into this.
Yeah, and they need to keep these kills going. And what you were talking about earlier, how how their inability to push is going to be very detrimental to them because they don't gain the map pressure they need to see these ganks coming. If you have the tier 1 towers down, you know this gank is coming, as we have a contest up from the side.
The tower will fall, and it looks like Ekeepo, they're just trying to back, but Chungod looking for a lasso. They do have Swap online as well, and Algadon is rotated up. Who are they going to go for? It looks like the Beastmaster's going to be the target. Blink forward from the puck, swap back, silence up, and he will be brought down. Do they go for more? Chungod looking for it, finds the flame break, connects on multiple heroes, but they're all under tower. They're going to go for this, though. The Snowball's there. Double Dream Coil. Darkman getting low. Will fall. It looks like, yeah, double silence from DDX gets both of them. And now the TP out from Prophet is there, but Vulture responding to the aggression of Ekeepo with a full rotation of their own, and they'll claim a tier 1 off of the back of that. So, just when you thought Ekeepo were maybe getting themselves back into this, Vulture say no, no, and they bring all heroes in, turn it around.
And now this Viper's gone for Midas.
Oh, that's an interesting choice.
I love going Midas this Viper. It's
DDX on the bot lane. He's trying to contest this tower. Gets very low, though, and we'll just have to back. So this tier 1 will fall. And Ekeepo doing a good job of keeping the tower pressure up. Nice deny, though, from the puck. Oh, man.
Salt in the wound.
Yeah. No, sorry, I interrupted you. What were you saying?
Viper doesn't have a lot of good farming mechanism on this hero. He's not something like, I don't know, like Shadow Fiend last patch, where you could just go in and raise a bunch of jungle creeps. As puck initiates onto the Oracle, toss snowballs in, and Oracle is gone, but we may have a reinitiation from the Beastmaster and Doom. Puck seems
Doom
to be
has
okay to
Doom
just take
online.
the lane.
They may be
Top
able to
lane?
go on this. Top lane. Oh, that's a solo pick, but Basuratashka won't be able to get out for free. Chungod looking for it. Has another blink in 7 seconds, but the Treants keep canceling it. Nicely played from the Nature's Prophet. Will be able to get out, and that's a huge pickoff onto the Viper, who is right up there in net worth. So getting a solo pick on him is going to give the Prophet a lot here.
But
They're
Puck may
looking to
catch
go on
him
him.
here.
Puck Dream Coils forward. The silence will be there, and Negro with the snowball just to make sure. 3-1 and 7 on this guy. And now they're
This
looking.
Puck is playing so well.
Yeah, DDX is putting on a show here. 2,600 net worth up on him right now. What do you think he goes for next? Is it just going to be the Yules, or, I mean, this is South America. Does he just go for a Dagon?
I think he actually should go Dagon here, just because his team needs him to make more time for them.
It looks like they're going to try and make it go on to mid lane. They do have vision with this nice uphill ward, and Puck comes out, but he's scouted by the Hawk, and so maybe doesn't get a chance to go on this. Chungod looking for a jump. We'll just have to blink away, though, as the Hawk was scouting them all out. So Vulture just
Prophet
fall
might
back.
TP on him.
Well, the Sprout is there. Firefly, though, will be available. And it goes for the lasso, actually, trying to get a solo kill, potentially. Nope, just going to burn him down a little bit. Not sure the lasso was really necessary there, but the re-engage from Tusk, potentially. He wants to keep going. Blinking low into the enemy heroes. But will end up just backing off, as the rest of his team didn't want to follow him in after that.
I'm trying to figure out what this puck should go, because he needs to keep carrying the game somewhat. But Dagon seems a little bit all in. Like, I don't know. He's bought his items now. I guess we'll get to see.
I mean,
Ultimate Orb,
oh,
Quick Sheep.
if that's a rush sheep stick, I mean, he's going to be super squishy for a long time, but that's a lot of control. And now the Doom will be onto the puck. He should be able to get away here. No, the Nature's Prophet rotates in, but immediately thrown up in the air with the snowball. Sonic Waves on two, and Negro getting low. DDX will fall. Now the Roar out on the Chungod, and he's controlled up, brought down. Quick 3-for-1 pick by Ekeepo, and now they're looking for more, but the buyback is there on Tusk. Visco will fall. Algodon trying to turn it, but they're not going on him. Zap will be kept healthy by the False Promise, and now he's getting low. Jix jumps back in with the Scream. Will bring... No, he's healing up. The Oracle doing too much work the other way, and now Kezia could be in trouble. The snowball forward, and Puck will clean up on the backside. So now it looks like the Dream Coil will come out onto the Doom. They'll bring him down. So it was a couple buybacks forced, but they do manage to wipe Ekeepo. They lost a lot of heroes for that, and I'm not even sure who got the advantage out of that.
If we look at the fight recap, it looks like it favored Ekeepo by about 600 gold.
And that's not surprising given that they're behind. And the Puck buyback as well. But
yeah, 2 buybacks, Puck and the Tusk.
oh yeah, of course, the Tusk as well. Nice Nature's Prophet all. Trying to get these heroes low, but they will still be able to claim the Tier 1 tower. And I mean, I did mention earlier that the Radiant side do have slow tower pressure, but when the rest of the team is dead, it doesn't matter how slow your tower pressure is. As this Nature's Prophet going to get gone on by Chungod here. He does have Lasso available, waiting for the Puck to come in, who's got a Haste Rune. DDX gets the silence off. They won't even need to commit the Lasso. Being very good with conserving his spells. They will get the Lasso onto the Queen of Pain. Is the silence there from DDX? No, she will get the blink out. And now the mech is done on the Viper. And with that,
Power of Midas.
yeah, I expect to see a lot more grouping up as 5 from Vultur with that pickup, as they can start putting pressure onto these Tier 2s.
Yeah, the question is now, does Viper commit fully to this kind of pushing build? Does he go for like kind of Tier 2 items like, I don't know, Sanjin Yasha or Dragonlance or something like that? Or does he look to go for like your butterflies or your bigger items like that?
I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for a Sanjin Yasha, just because the early value of that item, the slow combined with his poison attack, is just such good value for what it costs. But I mean, the thing is, he can then turn that into a... Oh, as we get a Doom onto Negro in the bot lane. Kezia will be stunned up, controlled though, and the Dream Coil's there onto 2, as well as the Orb forward. Kezia will fall. The Roar comes out onto DDX, but Zap is alone and will be brought down. Mech is there to make sure everyone stays healthy. And Nature's Prophet gets the puck very, very low, but he will survive. And that was an initiation by Ekeepo onto Vultur, but Vultur turned it around very, very quickly.
Oh, it's a Lincoln's from the puck.
Oh, I like that. I like that so much. That makes way more sense than the Ags Rush, because that'll give him so much more survivability against the Doom, against the Roar. A really good choice here.
Yeah. I'm
kind of embarrassed I didn't think of it.
Yeah. I was just thinking he was so far ahead that he may want to continue with the aggression, but getting Lincolns and being able to maybe like throw the Lincolns onto someone to prevent a Doom or a Roar could just like turn the fight around completely.
Yeah. And I mean, for their eventual high ground push that will come out from Vultur if they keep on at this rate, you can just pop the Lincolns on the Viper. He can sit high ground hitting the tower, and the rest of his team can just sit behind him waiting to counter initiate, as Vultur will clean up the Roche, find the Aegis onto Algodon. I'm not sure that's the hero you need to give it to. He's pretty tanky, but he will be their frontliner, so maybe assuming he's going to be the target.
Yeah, it's a like love-hate relationship giving Viper to the Aegis, because he's already so tanky and the team already doesn't want to go on him. But you can also force the enemy team to go on the Viper just by applying that pressure with him.
Yeah, it looks like the pressure will be there from Vultur on the bot lane. Doesn't look like Ekeepo want to contest. But there's a jump in on Chungod on top. It looks like they'd be able to clean him up. He was trying to defend the wave against the push from Nature's Prophet. But Jix is there with the Quap and will bring him down. Now, while we got a minute, it looks like the Prophet going for an Orchid build, in fact, just finishes it. What's that against, specifically?
I think it's
puck?
against the puck. The puck and the Bat Rider. Just to be able to control those heroes a little bit more. Bat blinks and you get the silence on him, then he can't lasso anyone and the fight just goes the other way.
It looks like we will have a tower trade, tier 2 for tier 2. Both sides pop the glyph. And Vultur don't pressure towers quite as quickly as Ekeepo do, but they're doing just fine. It will be 1 for 1, and both teams, well, it looks like Ekeepo at least is looking to pressure forward. But Vultur will rotate back and defend their high ground, realizing they can't win a base race.
Yeah, and the hard thing for them is
break forward, Coil on 3. That's a nice initiation from the puck, but the rest of his team not there to follow it up. And that's a bit wasted. If that had been there with the rest of the heroes nearby, that would have been an amazing Dream Coil, but well, Ekeepo do manage to get out, although Chung God hunting for more, but they won't find anyone. Darkman gets the TP out, and everyone else is away to safety.
Now, as you were talking about earlier, Doom has got his blink. More waves of Initiator coming through on the side of Ekeepo, which are going to be super problematic for Vultur. So I think they're on a little bit of a clock at this point. They feel the pressure already from how quickly the Nature's Prophet and Beastmaster can take down their towers. They know that they have to take the fight, or force a fight, win the fight, and then push type thing. Because if they ever get like a half engagement or anything, Prophet can buy back, or Beastmaster can run down another lane and force people back, and without their entire team there to push, they're actually very slow at pushing the towers.
Yeah. Now, it does look like it will be the Sanjin Yasha from the Viper has picked up that Yasha. And Negro has found himself a Glimmer Cape. So potential saves from the Doom target can enable them to get away a little better. But we got some big pickups on Ekeepo as well. Looks like Darkman 2 is working on that mechanism, getting close, and Zap working on his first level of book after the Vladimir's offering. What do you think of that Vlad's rush on the Beastmaster?
You know, I've done this. Oh, so we have initiation down on Doom with the other way. Double Dream Coil onto 2. We may have the Prophet go down. Doom comes out onto the bat, but he was already dead anyways. Prop comes in.
The Viper Strike on Kezia. He's false promised up, but there's no way he's getting out of this. And Oracle doing his best to save his buddy, but not going to find it. Now they're looking for more. So quick 2 for 1. They do find the bat, but losing the Doom and the Prophet, these two heroes need to be able to scale if Ekeepo want to contest Vultur in the late game.
Yeah, and just coming back to your point of the Beastmaster Vladimir's, I don't think you can get Vlads as your first item. I've done it in my pubs before, and my coach, he just says that you can't get the Vlads first because you don't offer enough on your team. You need the Necroba to offer the push to increase your damage. The sustain isn't there until you have the damage to make it worthwhile.
Yeah.
It's like going Satanic on Luna before you have like a Butterfly or Scotty. You just don't deal enough damage to make that, to have the lifesteal be worth the investment.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, if he had not gone for that item, he would have been almost at book 3 as it is, only having the level 1 up in that. And that does severely limit his damage.
And the counter push, right? His damage is also their counter push, which is essentially their lifeline at this point. Because they win by forcing the other team not to be able to 5-man.
Yeah. And it looks like Nature's Prophet going for a split push kind of build, wanting to keep the lanes out, working on that Aghanim Scepter, already over halfway there. And jump forward, gets a double Dream Coil onto the Beastmaster and the Doom. The Beastmaster will fall almost instantly. Kezia going for the TP out will be cancelled by the Walrus Punch, and the False Promise not going to be enough to save him. As Vultur TPing back to try and defend their high ground. This tier 3 already getting very, very low. And nice play from the Dire, realizing the commitment. They do find the tier 3. Now they may lose the Prophet off the back of this, but GDX orbs forward, silence is there, will bring him down. So they did lose their tier 3. But they take 3 heroes out of the picture, and they do clean up the tier 2 in the mid lane.
Yeah, I would like to say that Vultur came on top there, but I'm not convinced, as Algon goes on to the crop here, but she's going to Yules and run away.
Yeah. And I mean, having a tier 3 down against a Prophet who's going Ags can be problematic, especially when you're already feeling on a bit of a clock, as they do have some decent wave clear. They've got the Ice Shards, they've got the Firefly, they got the Wave of Terror, but the split push from Ekeepo is going to be pretty powerful with once the Beastmaster gets his stuff online as well. So yeah, despite the fact that Vultur have a significant lead, we're talking about a 7,500 gold lead here and over a 14k experience lead at the 23 minutes. But like you said, the clock is ticking.
Yeah, I really would have liked to see a little bit more push-oriented items coming from the side of Vulture. I'm not sure if that would have meant like Puck going Necro Book or Viper getting a Maelstrom or something of that sort. So I just feel like they're too slow pushing out these lanes.
Now there is a
Like,
three-man smoke from Vulture in the top lane. They get vision into the enemy base, and Chungod looking for a jump before the tower push comes out. But the rest of the Dire team already in the bot lane pressuring this tier 2. Not sure they want to go for a trade here. DDX on the high ground. Dire will pop their glyph. Algodon had a DD. It just expires now. But they're already getting this tower low, and Ekeepo, they need to come in soon and try and defend this, but as soon as they do, Chungod's going to be looking for that jump with the Bat Rider. And tier 3 will fall.
they're going to have to trade. Kipo is going for the trade. They won't fight.
Oh, blink in from Doom, but immediately gets silenced up, does not get the Doom out. Now will be controlled, slowed up. Dreamcoil onto 2. They do find the last one to Jix as well, so now Kezia, controlled under False Promise, brought down. The Oracle will die as well, but on the other side of the map, Zap and the Nature's Prophet already pushing this tower. They've got the tier 3 down to half health, and on the other side, Nature's Prophet going for the split push on the top lane with the Treants, so they are definitely going for the base trade, and they're taking this faster. Vulture have managed to clean up the full lane of racks at this point, but Barrett, the Nature's Prophet, finds the range racks on top, going for the melee. I'm not sure if she gets it though. DDX rotating through, gets the blink forward. The Lincolns will be popped, and Dreamcoil isn't there. Baratashka just desperately trying to get this, but doesn't find it, and this will regen up. So not worth commitment. He maybe should have just gone for the try and get away.
Yeah, that was really close for both sides. If Beastmaster has Necro 3 instead of Vladser,
Yeah,
that's completely different.
That's what I was just thinking.
He takes the tower, he kills the Tusk, and he threatens the Rask. And Puck has to choose whether or not he's going to save bottom or top from the Prophet. But with the just kind of the way the fight went, Vulture knew they had to push it, and even pushing their advantage and getting like essentially a 4 for nothing and forcing buybacks, they still lose their range racks, right? And their bottom tier 3 is like down to 12% health.
And they also lost a tier 2 out of that as well. So it was tier 2, range racks, and significant pressure on a tier 3 for a full lane when they're behind by a pretty huge lead. So the fact that Ekeepo got that much out of it maybe makes you a little worried if you're a Vulture fan.
Yeah, a little bit. I think Vulture still have it. They can just force down bottom, and top will kind of force itself in right now. So.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about a 15,000 gold lead at this point. So despite the fact that, like you said, Vulture don't have the best late game heroes, they're just so far ahead at this point that they do have the control now of the game with that top lane down and can push in bot, which it looks like is their plan.
Yeah. It looks like Kipo wants to finish up the melee top.
Oh, Courier. Zap's not going to hit it. But it looks like all Ekeepo, yeah, they're rotating towards the top lane. Are they going to be quick enough, though? Vulture already halfway down this bot lane. And Zap looking for an initiation. He's got an Invis rune. If he finds DDX here, this could be a kill. Yeah, Blink Doom is available. And the Roar
but they
will be
have
there.
to pop a Lincolns, so he has to pop Necro.
Can they get it? No, the phase shift is there. He will be able to get the blink out. And that Lincoln saving lives. DDX will get away. In the meantime, the rest of his team onto the tier 3. It's down to about half health.
Yeah. Prophet pressuring top, but I think this melee racks is fine for now.
Yeah, and it looks like Vulture, they're waiting on the Roche, hovering around the pit, and it will respawn any moment. Not quite scouting it just yet. But once they have that, it feels like they'll have all the tools they need to just go for the push. It looks like DDX can stick around here bot. He's got the Boots of Travel up, so he can push out this bottom lane, counter the Prophet split push, and then just join his team when they want to fight.
Yeah, and Viper is going for the Assault Cuirass, which is going to really increase their overall damage in these fights. Because, like, he does minus armor even against the buildings, right? So
well, you were looking for a tower pressure item there, and I think that's it. That's what they need. And now the Quap has an Aghanim, so that's at least something. She's almost found her level 16 too, halfway there from 15. Is this going to be enough to defend the pressure on the high ground coming out?
No, the Squap is too far behind to be a significant factor in this game. Like, she had a hard lane, this Puck just snowballed out of control. Like, even with the egg, she offers something, but I don't feel like she's a deciding factor in this game anymore. It comes down to the Prophet and the Beastmaster, in my opinion, and their ability to make the decision whether they fight or they split.
Yeah, and it's such a tough position to be in as well. I mean, you're just trying to think, well, how fast can we take these buildings? You don't want to be the guy who's off doing who knows what while your team is losing the game. So it's always a lot of pressure on a split pusher at this point of the game. You just feel desperate to get what you can do. And when you're desperate, well, the potential's there to make maybe a few more mistakes than you would otherwise. It looks like Roche will fall. Algodon once again picking up the Aegis. It looks like, yep, will drop his Aquila. And, well, the mid lane is pushed out, so they don't have immediate access into the enemy base. Actually, as I say that, DDX is pushing bottom out, but they will have to defend mid lane for now, as this tier 2 getting very, very low. And now, Kezia jumps in with the stun and the Doom onto Negro. Do they have follow-up? Sonic Wave over the top. This should be Negro falling. Gonna tick down to the Doom, it looks like. On the backside, they're looking for the Kezia with Chun God. We'll get the lasso up onto him, and this should be a dead Doom, maybe? He doesn't actually have any backup, but he does have 3 stacks of napalm. The Tusk did fall on the backside, but Prophet into the top lane, getting the split push on, and Puck has to come back. Cleans up the trees. And at the top lane, Vultur have managed to clean up the tier 3, the melee, and the range. So they've taken out another full lane of Rax. They defended their melee, and now Darkman 2 getting low. Algodon still has that Aegis online, so Roar comes out onto Visco. They're going to bring down the Venge. 3 heroes down on the side of Vultur, but it costs Ekeepo or Rax, and they don't get any building damage out of it.
I think Vulture just secured themselves the game.
Yeah.
They're up 2 racks. They can just now force down mid with the Aegis as soon as their 3 heroes survive. Like, it's go time for Ekeepo. You have 30 seconds to, like, take 2 racks, and I don't see them doing that anytime soon just because this Puck has done such a great job pushing out the lanes. Yeah. Really good play by the Venge there to save the Viper.
Yeah. And Algodon still with that Aegis online, so even if Ekeepo do make it here, he can defend reasonably effectively with his first life, give the rest of his team time to come back online, and they're not even going to get to the base before all these heroes are up. So, and look at this, multiple boots of travel up on the Radiant side now. Algodon has them, Chun God has them, and the Puck. So really prioritizing the ability to get a lane out and then just all come into the enemy base, bring it down before Ekeepo can react. And yeah, like you said, man, it's a 20k gold lead, maybe a 25k experience lead for Vulture. And even though they, on paper, do have the more early game lineup, at this point, I don't think they really can lose unless they just massively throw 2 or 3 team fights in a row.
Yeah. I would love to see Ekeepo go for a full 5-on-5 men fight, just see if they're able to actually win one. They've been trying to split push really hard with the Prophet, but maybe their best bet at this point is just to try a 5v5 and see how it goes with the Doom and the Roar.
Yeah, at this point, what are you really going to lose? Now, Darkman, they're going on to Algodon. He's the one with the Aegis, though. Not really your target, so they turn to Visco, get the Doom out onto him. And Ekeepo getting low, mechs up, but the Roar will be there onto Algodon, saving him for now. He's getting very, very low, and on the backside, Chun God bringing the poison. Will bring him down. No, the false promise there. This Doom still alive, and now Chun God going to fall. He does a lot of damage, but will go down in the end. But the Puck is here to clean up Negro there as well, and buy back out from the Beastmaster, but... And the Prophet, but I'm not sure it's enough at this point. They immediately head to bot lane. The line is being drawn. This is their only chance. But Chun God there to push out with the Firefly, and the rest of Vulture's heroes streaming down the mid lane. They're going to take out this last lane of Rax.
DDX has been absolutely phenomenal on this Puck. Cleans up the Quap, essentially solo, with the Illusory Orb, and then gets a 4-man Waning Rift Silence to help his team just finish and close up the fight. Phenomenal play by him. 11-1 and 15. This has been such a dominant performance by this Puck.
Yeah. And now, well, this is the end. Looks like the silence will be there on Kezia and Zap. DDX jumps forward, blasts his enemies into the ground with that Dagon, and now, well, he's kind of on his own, but the rest of his team is focusing on the objectives. Hides in the trees, does have that orb. Will be able to jump away, it looks like, and, well, that's GG. Basaritashka calls it. And game 1 will go the way of Vulture, so, well, I don't know. I felt like it didn't really come down, well, we already mentioned this, it didn't really come down to the draft. Both teams had a strategy, and Vulture just slightly out-executed Ekeepo, especially with that dominant showing in the mid lane. So it'll be down to whether Ekeepo can switch up their play and bring it back for game 2, which we will have for you guys in just a few minutes. So stick around, we'll be right back. Hey guys, I'm just going to restart the stream really quickly to fix a delay setting, so don't panic, we'll be right back.